What's really connecting your business to the world? If you think it's just cables and routers, you're missing a critical piece. The secret lies in WAN protocols like HDLC and PPP, the invisible forces making your network connections possible. But here's the shocking truth. Using the wrong protocol could be slowing you down or even leaving you vulnerable. Stick around as we reveal which protocol Fortune 500 companies trust and why Cisco routers default to HDLC. This could transform how you configure networks forever. HDLC. It's time to explore the world and get out of our local network to the WAN side. A local network corresponds to what belongs to us. That is to say, everything that connects to our internet box or in the work sector, it could correspond to a single building with several employees. If we want to connect to other networks and get out of our local network, we have to go through the wide area network. It's the WAN. To obtain this access, you must use an internet service provider, for example, Free or Bouygues in France, or request a dedicated line to access the WAN. So, what layers of the OSI model do you think we're talking about when it comes to the WAN? The only layers that would be likely to change when we talk about WAN are Layer 2, the data link layer, and Layer 1, the physical layer. There are two WAN protocols that we will discover: HDLC, PPP. Since the last version of the CCNA, there is no longer any need to learn the frame relay protocol, which is a good thing, because it was completely obsolete, and on top of that, it has disappeared entirely from most companies. When you want to connect your company to the outside world, you use an access provider. It's the same when we want internet at home. Today, most of the links provided by an ISP are IP links. Let's see how a specific link works. In other words, a dedicated line. It has the same particularity as a crossover Ethernet cable. For this, we see two Level 2 protocols. HDLC, which is proprietary Cisco. It is a protocol that only supports synchronous links and does not have an authentication option. And we at PPP, which is standardized, supports both synchronous and asynchronous links, and has authentication with PAP and chat protocols. The diagram shows Layer 1 equipment. When our access provider rents us a dedicated line, he will also provide us with a CSU/DSU box. It is the latter that will inform our router how fast it should work. In these connections, our equipment can play two different roles. They can have the DCE role, which means that they will provide the speed at which to work, or DTE. In this case, the equipment will be receptive to the speed of work. At the router level, the connectors used are the Smart series, and at the CSU level, the connectors used are the V35. This type of cable is called DTE cable. At Layer 2, the PC will encapsulate the IP packets in an Ethernet frame before transmitting it through its network card. And when it is received by the router, it will unencapsulate the packet to encapsulate it again in an HDLC frame. Now let's move on to its configuration. Here we have two routers connected together. A WAN link is a serial link. So we're going to have to configure these serial interfaces. As you can see, there is no HDLC command, as it is the default protocol used by Cisco routers. You just have to make sure to execute the clock rate command on the DCE side.